Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's Football Show, sponsored by Arnold Clark. It is Friday. Thank you very much for joining us on the programme, and thank you for your support throughout the week, Monday to Friday, on our YouTube broadcast. In the studio with me, Alan Ruff and the returning Barry Ferguson, and we've got football to talk about from the Europa League last night, and we'll look ahead to the Premiership this weekend. Two great results yesterday for Rangers and Celtic in the Europa League. It was the late show at Celtic Park. And of course, as you can see, with British clubs in the European competition, it was a good win for Manchester United from the penalty spot. Wolves managed to get a good win over Slovan Bratislava, and confirmation there of a great draw in Portugal for Rangers. The late show with Christopher Julian getting the header to snatch it against Lazio for Celtic. And of course, Arsenal left it late suddenly. Pepe just providing us with some evidence that 70 odd million was money well spent by Arsenal. Only time will tell. As far as Celtic were concerned, it was the late show, Ruffy. They rode their luck at times, but as Barry and you and I have been talking about, you need to do that.
Yeah, you need to. When you come up against quality sides, you're not going to dominate the game. It's going to go either end, and that's the case. I think each team had maybe 15 minutes either way. You know, both of them had chances. They had a chance at 1-0, maybe could have won the game, but they never took it. And at the end, you know, just kept going right until the end. And quality goals. Two of Celtic goals were quality finishes. And in the end, I think Celtic will say, yeah, we deserve to win. But I think if you were to ask the opposition, they'd be gutted. They never took anything out of that game.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, Simone Inzaghi was far from happy that they'd lost that game right at the death. No surprise that Celtic manager Neil Lennon was singing the praises of his team.
Yeah, it was epic. It was... The tempo of the game was ferocious, and the physicality out there was ferocious as well. And yeah, I'm so pleased we came on the other side of it. I thought first half we were very good, and I didn't think we deserved to be in a goal down. And then for 10-15 minutes, Lazio were the better team. There's no question of that. And obviously making the change, you know, helped us. And we were in the game at 1-1, but it was ebbing and flowing, and they had a couple of great chances with, you know, Correa and Parolo, but we had our own chances as well. Sometimes that gets a bit overlooked because you think you're going to dominate teams all the time at home, and that's not always the case.
Well, I have to say, Lazio technically were really gifted. It's going to be some game in the return leg. A couple of tough games, but it could all come down to Rennes. If you look at the group table, Ruffy, you know, great viewing for Celtic fans.
Yeah, but I don't think Neil Lennon will want it to get down to the last game. You want it done and dusted before that. They have shown away from home that they can pick up points, and Cluj is probably the game that they've got a better chance of winning. I was impressed with them last night. I think it'll be a hard task for Celtic to get a win over there, maybe a point, but I don't think I would want to go down to the last game.
Yeah, do you fancy Celtic to get through, Barry?
Yes, I think they've got enough. It's going to be a difficult game over in Lazio. There's no doubt that they're probably the most gifted team in that group, but certainly Celtic can beat Cluj, and certainly Rennes at home.
Yeah, OK. As far as the weekend, it's Sunday. Pittodrie, great game in prospect. Aberdeen against Celtic, and Neil Lennon certainly looking forward to this one.
It doesn't matter what test. It's, you know, we have today to recover, and then we've got to travel to Aberdeen tomorrow for a midday kick-off. It's a big ask, you know, so, you know, we'll get as much recovery and food in them as they can today, and then we'll see how they are tomorrow. I've no idea how they'll be feeling tomorrow, because you have even 2 days after a game like that. It's not even 2 days really, it's 36 hours. You know, there might be fatigue, you know, and stiffness in there. Not making excuses. We've got the squad to cope, so we played brilliantly against Cluj, and then we lost to Livingston, so that's a real reminder of how difficult this tie is going to be.
Yeah, the focus is on teams to try and come out of the European game and then hit the ground running in the domestic forum, and that's what Rangers are going to have to do against Motherwell. But we have to talk about last night. It was the early kick-off, Barry. What a performance by Rangers.
Yep, it was. It was an impressive performance to go away to a team like Porto. Decent team. Difficult place to get a result. I thought Rangers more than deserved their point, if not 3 points. I thought there was some really good individual performance, but as a team collectively, I thought they were excellent last night and they deserved it. And as I say, they could have come away with 3 points, and I don't think anybody could have argued with that.
Yeah, Ruffy, you're in the goalkeepers union. It was all about the goalkeepers last night. Fraser Forster, 2 brilliant saves to keep Celtic in the game, and yet again Alan McGregor.
Yeah, I said that yesterday before the game. I said the big person of the night would be Alan McGregor. At some stage he would be asked to be called upon, and lo and behold, it was in the last 10 minutes when he made 2 outstanding saves, and that's the quality that he's been shown, not just this year but every year. In the big games he's a big time goalkeeper.
Yeah, absolutely. And Stephen Gerrard offered his assessment on where they are in this group.
I think I'm satisfied at the moment. Obviously, the young boys' result doesn't sit too well just because of the timing of it, and we were so close to taking something away from that game, and I thought our overall performance probably deserved something from that. So we're probably a point away from where I think we deserve to be. Having said that, it's still a strong start. It was a tough group. You're playing last night against a team that reached the last 8 of the Champions League last year. But the players' performance last night was outstanding across the board. And we said that to the players before the game. This is not an opposition or a stage where we can carry anyone. And I must give them all credit. They were all fantastic.
Well, the one thing Rangers are benefiting greatly from is Stephen Gerrard's experience. He's managed to actually come up with good results in Europe consistently. When people maybe had written them off or not expected them to get something. And last night there was great technical play. And of course we talked about McGregor, but what about Morelos?
Yeah, look, McGregor must be Stephen Gerrard's best signing. A free transfer. He was, but I'm not surprised with Alan McGregor pulling off these sort of saves. Morelos, you've got to give him credit. There's no doubting the boy's ability. He's a very good centre forward. It was a discipline side that was a problem. It looks to me if he sorted that out, the manager's obviously spent a good bit of time with him, and now you're seeing the fruits of that on the pitch. He's now producing on the bigger stage. I mean, a lot of people questioned that. Could they score in Europe and in the big games? Well, certainly he's doing that at this moment in time. Yeah, and of course, one player who provided the cross for him, Borna Barisic, he reckons he's playing the best football of his career.
I'm sure that this is the best football what I play. So, yes, last year it was up and down, but as I said a lot of time, it was because of injuries actually. And now when I get pre-season, everything's fine. I feel very good, sharp, and that's, yes, probably I proved them they are wrong, but that's not the way I want to do the things right. I know all the time that I can play very good football here, but problem was because I'm not on the same level like other players, And now when I get in shape, when I'm sharp, when I'm physically good, I show them all how good I am. And I think that this is not still the best of me. I can show more. So we're going to see what future will bring us.
Well, I think if you're talking about any players in European football delivering the ball he did to Morelos, you'd be raving about them. I think he deserves great praise. Yeah, it was a top drawer cross. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he was frustrating me for a while. I was wondering, when's he going to show the real quality that he certainly shows for the Croatian national team. Yeah. Now, the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's shown why Stephen Gerrard went out and paid a few £1 million for him, and not just the cross that Morelos scored the goal. He sent in another great cross for him, the one that the keeper made a great save. But now he's starting to show the form and show why, the reasons that Stephen Gerrard signed him. Yeah, okay. Motherwell, do you see them putting any great spanner in the works of Rangers on Sunday?
No, I think Rangers will take great confidence for that result last night against Porto, and also I think he'll be able to freshen it up as well, so I can't see anything apart from a Rangers win.
Okay, from Celtic and Rangers and the positive results in Europe, and of course their Sunday games that we've discussed. We'll be talking about Paul Heckingbottom coming up. He says the Hibs fans are maybe disillusioned with Hampden. I wonder if maybe some of them are scunnered with Paul Heckingbottom. We'll ask that question to our two pundits as well after we give you the answer to the quiz. Well done to Ian in our competition. We've got something special for Hibs and Hearts fans next week to look forward to. So stay with us Monday to Friday, and I reckon this one really will whet your appetite for getting involved in the competition. As far as Hibs are concerned, I'm looking at them, and I'm listening to Paul Heckingbottom, Ruffy, saying maybe the Hibs fans are a little bit fed up with Hampden. That absolutely left me gobsmacked.
Yeah, and I think I'll leave a lot of the Hibs supporters gobsmacked as well. They have the memories of winning the Cup at Hampden. Once you've been there once as a winner, you want to go back every opportunity you get. So I don't buy into that.
If you've got a good team and you think you're going to win.
Yeah, I think there's a lacklustre, about the performances this year. I still don't think they've bought into the manager the way they bought into Lenny. That could be something to do with it as well. But I think it's performances on the park. They haven't really set the heather alight this year, so no, I don't go with that at all. And it's unfortunate because I'm sure there'll be a lot of Hibs supporters wanted to go to that game.
I can understand why the chief executive Leanne Dempster was putting forward the point that maybe Hibs have to make the journey through. They were wanting to get some of the cheaper tickets for the Hibs supporters to take up. They didn't get that chance. Celtic have snapped up 36,000 of them. They just have to get on with it. There's a sense of maybe feeling a little bit miffed at the prices they're going to have to pay. But I think it's all about the team. I think they're actually Hibs fans. The ones that I talked to, Barry, are more than disgruntled with the manager. Yeah, it's a strange comment. It's a semi-final against Celtic. Why would you not want to go through at the National Stadium? I know we go on about it at times. It doesn't create a great atmosphere, but you're in a semi-final. Why would you not want to go through? It's strange, and I'm with you. I think the Hibs fans are getting really frustrated with the results now. Another draw last week, and then Saturday against Ross County, they need to win that game. Yeah, okay, you can give us your view on that across all our social media. Just one little footnote, Ruffy. Hibs have appointed Graham Mathie as their first ever sporting director, clearly with a job of trying to recruit talent and give them the direction and the way forward. Yeah, it seems to be the main position at the majority of clubs now. If you can get somebody coming in and identifying, particularly youth, and they can get into the first team, and obviously they're all sell-on clauses anyway, and clubs, and get some money into the club. It seems it's really an important position. Yep. Okay. Any problems there for Hibs in your mind against Ross County, Ruffy? No, I don't think so. I think Ross County will struggle to recover from last week, and I think Hibs will probably win 2-0 with Doig getting 2, maybe. Okay. Or maybe not. Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't mind you being confident about a Hibs win, but let's not get too over the top on this one. Of course, Livingston are against Hearts. This one could be an interesting one. They might have to contact Edinburgh Airport to give the ball a flight path. Livingston against Hearts, and Craig Levein coming out and mentioning that there's a real worry over this study into dementia. Now, obviously, it was something that was raised first and foremost by Jeff Assel and his family, really brought it to the fore. I wonder, I don't think the football authorities anywhere will be, happy to get involved in any kind of retrospective payments. But if they're going on the way forward, I think they're going to have to look at some support strategy across Europe, or something in place that says, look, first and foremost, you must be aware of the risks when you get onto a football pitch. But do you think that you need to go a little bit further and say, okay, in later life there's a pool of money to help people, a support of care?
Yeah, well, I think it's more difficult up here with the PFA. We've not got as much finance as they have down in England. I know that from my time down in playing in England in the Premier League. They obviously create a lot more than we do up here. But I mean, I've been reading quite a few people commenting on it. I mean, you look back to the 60s and 70s with the balls that they played with. I know it's not as bad now, they're quite lightweight, the balls, but there's got to be some sort of support mechanism if people are going to be suffering for this terrible illness.
Yeah. Livingston Hearts, Ruffy, how do you see that going?
I think both of them will cancel each other out and it'll be one each.
Okay, fancy a draw myself. Barry, where are you going?
I'm going to go for Hearts. I think they'll get a bit of confidence. That was a decent performance last week. And I'm sure the Hearts fans will expect the same against Livingston, so I'll go Hearts to win 1-0.
Okay, St Johnstone against Hamilton Accies, no wins, 4 draws and 5 losses. I wonder if you can guess who I'm talking about, Ruffy. Is this the weekend when the Saints fans get a chance to cheer?
Yeah, I think it will be. It was the same with St Mirren. I knew they were champing at the door and they got in last week, so I'm going to stick by St Johnstone and I'm going to go for a St Johnstone win.
Yeah, Barry?
I'm going to surprise a few people. I think Hamilton will go up there and win 1-0.
Okay, yeah, you've certainly surprised me and Ruffy. Let's hope we are like scooting well ahead of you, Ruffy. You're closing in on him in the head-to-head. I mean, you must feel confident now you're back in the running.
No, I'm beginning to just chip away at no, I need a colour. I need a really good week just to get back up in there, but I don't know if it'll be this week.
Well, we've got one more game to talk about, and then I'll show you the scores, Ruffy, just to back up that. But Kilmarnock against St Mirren. I think Killie could edge this one. I still think there's more misery ahead for Jim Goodwin's team.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kilmarnock are playing particularly well just now, and I'm taking them to win 2-1.
Barry?
Yep, Kilmarnock to win for me.
Yep, okay. Here's a look at the fixtures that are on offer for you this weekend over Saturday and Sunday. Of course, we talked about Rangers and Celtic on the Sunday, but it's Hibs Ross County, Kilmarnock St Mirren, Livingston against Hearts, St Johnstone Hamilton, and there's Aberdeen Celtic at 12:15 at Pittodrie on the Sunday, and then Rangers will know exactly what they have to do when they face Motherwell at 3 o'clock in that match. So that's what we've got to look forward to as far as the head-to-head is concerned, guys. Let's have a look and see just exactly. It's Barry. Suddenly, you're just doing your usual Rangers captain fighting back. You know, this is going to go all the way. I reckon you're going to be wearing your little white vest again in your top, and you're getting ready to take it off at the end.
Well, I'll have every chance, but listen, it's only the end of October. Nothing's won in October.
Yay! There you are, there it is. Day 54, and then the cliche comes out again, Ruffy.
Yeah,
he's hedging his bets, isn't he?
Reminds us you don't get relegated this.
Exactly. I still think you're in with a shout, Ruffy. I'm not going to rule you out just yet on this one. And of course, listen, we've talked about every aspect of the football on the park. I still think there are some elements, Ruffy, that are worthy of mention. I don't think I'd like to be a Lazio fan. Lazio have come out with a statement saying they want their fans to stop bringing Hitler into the game. I think they're a law unto themselves at times. It's gone on for decades, this fascist element to their support. They could be in trouble. Celtic could be in trouble for banners. And I think, when you look at the banners that are on show, why even get to the point where you want to try and annoy a set of fans and get yourself in trouble as well? I don't think the Celtic fans are getting the message. I think they could be in trouble for this sort of banner. And then over and above that, Ruffy, you have a situation where, there's obviously people looking into possible allegations of coin throwing towards Rangers players in Portugal.
Yeah, that's something we have to talk about, but we don't want to. We'd rather talk about the football. But these people out there just aren't getting it. And the only reason they're going to get it is when they get finally punished and they're not at a game. Yeah. And then you would hope that the sensible ones, it would really stick with them, that this is something we shouldn't be doing.
Yep, absolutely. Wise words indeed from Alan Ruff and Barry Ferguson. Don't forget, you can give us your point of view across all our social media, not forgetting Twitter, Facebook Live, Monday to Friday, where you can actually put the points to our panellists, and over and above that, YouTube. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, tell your friends, get them joining us and our ever-growing football family. It's all about the football. We deal with the issues. You'll get your opinion. Some of the opinions you will like, some you will not, but that's the joy of the beautiful game. If you are indeed going to a game this weekend, go to the game, enjoy the game and get home safely. So thank you to Ruffy and to Barry Ferguson for joining us on the show. Join us on Monday. Barry will be back with me and Ruffy and Alison McConnell, and we'll look back over the weekend's games and the results and how it affects the top of the table. Thank you for watching.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.